Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our first of two live broadcasts where you can ask me all kinds of questions. Tonight at 9 o'clock, I've got a special broadcast where we're going to share with you a feature on LinkedIn that when you use it, it can literally increase your visibility and effectiveness 100 times. Now, last night, we had our second session of boot camp, connecting with people. And when it comes down to building your business, it's all about talking to people. All about talking to people. So the people on LinkedIn and Facebook that you want to talk to are going to fall into three categories. First category, people that you're already connected to that have large circles of influence and you actually know them. And typically, it's a small percentage of the people that you're connected to. We're connected to a lot of people that we don't know. But the people that we're connected to, that we know, they're in your warm market. Some of them you know better than others. The people that you're already connected to, that have large circles of influence, but you don't know them at all, which typically is a larger number of the people that you're connected to, they're in your cold market. And finally, the people that you want to talk to that you're not connected to, that have large circles of influence, that you want to know because of what they do and who they know. This is the biggest list. They're also in your cold market. So talking to people that you don't know has advantages when you're talking to them on a social network. Why? Because you know so much about them from the information you pull off their profile and their daily activity. So at the end of the day, it's always about live chat, talking to people, messaging them, determining, is this the person that I even want to talk to? And if they are someone that I want to talk to based on what I see, are they a prospect for my business? Is there a high probability or a low probability that they would be interested in what we're doing? So it's all about chat. And you're going to find it doesn't take long to identify the people that clearly need what you have, want what you have. And let's face it, a lot of people need what you have. A lot of people want what you have. But on LinkedIn, you have access, direct access to 1,020,000,000 professional people. So if you're going to reach out and start talking to people, the better prospects you talk to, the more selective you are, the faster your business is going to grow. So we want to look for the cream of the crop. People that, based on what we see, we know, man, if they got into our business, with my help, they could go all the way to the top. Bruce Lee's quote, I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. You weren't born with the ability to walk, but you kept trying until you did. The better you get at my 4-step formula, the better you're going to get. The more you do it, the better you get. the more people you talk to, the better you're going to get. It's all about practice. And God knows you have an overabundant supply of people to practice with. So my 4-step formula, your one kick step to mastering it, is relatively simple. Create a profile, put yourself out there, connect with people. Now, if you're already connected to people, as we showed everybody last night, there are people that you've been connected to on LinkedIn for an extended period of time. Maybe you started to talk to them and somehow you dropped the ball. It's all about communication. It's all about talking to people. And so when it comes to talking to people, use my scripts. And we're introducing this month Max GPT. My scripts for over 26 years have provided everybody with the things to say to be successful. It's my form of artificial intelligence, if you will. You use my scripts to qualify your prospect, to pick out the best of the best, and then close the people that clearly need what you have. It's so simple, anybody can master it. And effective engagement will be the key to your success. Following up, talking to people, engagement. Connect with perfect cream of the crop prospects. So the secret to connecting with the right people, 1, the contents of their profile, 2, their visible daily activity, and 3, their answers to your questions. So if you only talk to people that we know in advance have a high probability of being interested in your business, rejection is at a minimum. Now, what you have to deal with, unfortunately, is a wide negative perception out there in the marketplace about network marketing, which is why you must understand what a person's experience in network marketing is before you talk to them about your business. Simple way to qualify. If they have an issue, if they have a problem, it doesn't mean they're not a prospect. You just have to deal with it. See, people are walking around harboring bad feelings about it. When most people join a network marketing company, they're taught an old school method of getting started that doesn't work for most people, and they're still being taught it today. They're told to make a list of 100 people that they know, their warm market. Then they're provided with a script. I may be completely off base here, but I'm just curious. Do you keep your options open to making money? Would you be at all open to a side project if it didn't interfere with what you're currently doing? No biggie if not. I'm just throwing it out there. Sound familiar? Then they're encouraged to call everyone on the list and tell them about their new business. If you've been in more than one network marketing company, you can't do that. You belong to what they call the NFL club, the No Friends Left club. You can't keep calling people back with different opportunities. The results for most people when they call their warm market are often very discouraging and can make them question their decision to get into the business in the first place. Was that your experience? And there are people out there that harbor this negative attitude about network marketing. But every newbie is encouraged to keep going with motivational mantras like, you have to get out of your comfort zone if you want to be successful. So keep calling, don't stop. Success is waiting for you outside your comfort zone. Achieving success in your business and in any kind of sales is a numbers game. To be successful in your business, you have to go through 100 no's to get a yes. And it's so not true anymore. But people have that attitude. Their perception of the business, man, I got to make these calls. I got to chase my family. I got to chase my friends. Every no is one step closer to getting a yes. So keep calling. Go for no. And there are dozens of trainers on LinkedIn who teach. Go for no. Go for no. And I'm here to tell you that if you go for no, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get no's. Was that your experience? Thanks to social networks like LinkedIn and Facebook, you can stop going for no and go for yes. Based on the contents of someone's profile and their visible daily activity, you can tell in advance who would most likely be interested in your business. So you can go for yes with confidence, but you have to know what their network marketing experience is before you talk to them. Thanks to social networks like LinkedIn and Facebook, there's an easier and a faster way to get started that eliminates the rejection that comes from that old school method, and it works even better today than ever before. Today, you can help your new recruits make a few sales immediately on Facebook and LinkedIn before they make their warm market list and start making calls. It can start by just changing their picture. The missing piece to go for yes that solves the LinkedIn and Facebook sales problem, sales puzzle, are my scripts. You can close 80 to 90% of the people that you talk to by taking the time to learn about the other person. So in last night's boot camp, we didn't go into it, but I have here a case study that I've been talking about that demonstrates the power of a social network to help you understand it better. So the initial connection with a person was made in November. The prospect joined the business the following June, 8 months later. The amount of time spent texting during this period of time was just under an hour. Posting on a regular basis helped build the relationship. So my student, who was a pharmacist, been a pharmacist for 25 years, was talking to somebody that was a nurse. Not only was he a nurse, he was a lieutenant colonel in the Air Force, in the military. So this is an actual example of how it works. My student started the conversation, and from time to time, she would come back and say, Max, help me with this. Some of you remember the conversation because it occurred during our live Ask Max sessions. So the pharmacist, my student, writes back to the guy and says, that sounds like a position that comes with a lot of responsibility. Many of the professionals that I work with on LinkedIn are nurses that want to generate an additional income source. Perhaps you know some nurses that want to make extra income. What do you know about the network marketing business model? So almost right at the beginning of the conversation. I'm not sure I would have done it this way, but I come in when I come in. So he writes back, I've been into several network marketing models in the past. I don't think it's for me. Thanks. And you have millions of people out there that are walking around with a negative attitude about network marketing who believe to the depths of their being that network marketing is not for them based on a bad experience, based on a misconception. So I jumped in and I typed, I hope you had a good weekend. I'm not surprised with your experiences that you've been into several network marketing companies in the past. What companies have you been with? You always end a message when you're talking to somebody with a question. You do that, you control the conversation. So he writes back, thanks for asking about my weekend. Bless the Lord. Hopefully yours was good too. Some companies I've engaged with in the past included Youngevity, Melaleuca, Forever Living, Zervita, Prepaid Legal, etc. Well, she typed in, I had a blessed weekend, thank you. Why did you stop working with those companies? They were all hyped up, and the promised results never materialized, despite putting a lot of work in. I stopped because I cherish my integrity, credibility. How you introduce a network marketing opportunity to somebody. Oh, it's easy. All you got to do is get 3 people. Can diminish their perception of the business. But you notice, man, he tried more than one. Tried more than one. Why? Why did he get into network marketing in the first place? Typically, it's because they want to make some extra money. They don't do it in one, well, they'll buy into the promise of another. Now, truthfully, I know people that are making money in every one of those companies. I'm not surprised. So I'm in the account. And what I typed is now archived in our scripts books and in our case study. There's nothing I'm typing here that you couldn't type. There's nothing that I'm saying here that you couldn't say when your level of belief in your business is high. You believe from the depths of your being that you're in a great company and you would recommend it to people even if you weren't getting paid to do it. So I tell them, not surprised you didn't do well. I talk to people all the time that went through the same thing you experienced. What prompted you to get involved with these companies in the first place? Looking for an additional level of income stream and wanted to stay healthier. You're going to get this from most people. How long ago were you with them? Last year. I can relate to you on that. We're all trying to stay healthy. We've seen so much. What company were you with last year? Max International. Now, this was live. In other words, I'm typing in the message and he's writing right back. And we had about 30 people in my Ask Max session that were watching the thing happen. So I typed, I heard of Max International, and I know someone who was taking their products. Are you still taking their products? And he wrote back, nope. So I talk to people all the time that went through the same things you experienced. And I also know a lot of people who have enjoyed tremendous success in network marketing. You all do. You see, to be successful in network marketing, you need 3 things. First, you need to be working with a company that has the products or services that you can be passionate about, passionate to the point that you'd enjoy telling people about them without getting paid to do it. Second, you have to be working with someone that's successful, knows how to use social networks like LinkedIn and Facebook to build the business, and that's committed and dedicated to helping you succeed and build your team. And third, you need good online tools to do it. Based on your past experience and the things you've done professionally. I'm not surprised that you've tried network marketing, but frankly, I'm not surprised that you didn't do well either. And when you're talking to somebody that failed, you understand why they failed. Because they were doing all the wrong things. People that have had your experience are generally very successful in network marketing. You know, you have the people skills, financial skills, training skills, and leadership skills to be very successful in network marketing. Look what he's doing in the Air Force. That's why you've kept giving it another try. So I understand you've had bad experiences, but I also understand why. Now, would you be open to looking at a company where there's nothing hyped and you'd quickly see the opportunity? We're using his words. And it's critically important when you're talking to somebody to use their words. And more important than that, we have a system that can help you build the business virtually in an hour to a day without losing your integrity and credibility, chasing people, your friends, family, spend money on advertising and buying leads. And he writes back, I'd like to know more about this company if you'd like to share. All right, so I'd be delighted to share the information with you. And she tells him a little bit about the company. I'm not gonna dwell on the company because it's irrelevant, and her story. And then at the end, I usually don't do this because we haven't had much time to learn about each other. But since time is of the essence, and you have the people skills, financial skills, training skills, and leadership skills to be very successful in my business, I'm about to launch a special project to help 2 people become top earners and leaders in my company using LinkedIn in the next 90 days and earn $15,000. Now, this is not an income claim. You have to be completely familiar with your company's compensation plan. Most companies have a way to make this kind of money. Would you like to know more about how we can get started making some income? I know you'll enjoy working with me. When would you have time to go over the detail? I'll take a look. Thanks for sharing. So here we have a total of 15 minutes invested in conversation with this person. 15 minutes. He's not going to get into the business for 7 more months. So you communicate with people by posting and sharing posts. So first we send this, the 3 C's of life: choices, chances, changes. You must make a choice to take a chance, or your life will never change. And he doesn't come back. He doesn't respond to anything. We're not going to chase him. A week and a half go by, and then she writes, hope you had a great day. I just discovered that on LinkedIn, there are 27,000 nurses looking for an opportunity to make extra income that are eager to talk to me. I so look forward to working with you. I hope you have a nice day. And then another personal development, empowering post. Empowering those around you to be heard and valued makes the difference between a leader who simply instructs and one who inspires. So what you post needs to resonate with the person that you're talking to. And when you're talking to somebody that's a leader, that's a manager, that's a supervisor, and you could send them things that they can share with the people that they're connected to. Not only do they do it, but they really appreciate the fact that you've given something to share. They start looking forward to seeing all the things that you post. So she sends this one: integrity, insight, and inclusiveness are the 3 essential qualities of leadership. She sends that, and I hope you had a nice weekend. I thought you might like the quote. You know that. No big conversation. The greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. It's a Thomas Edison quote. So now, 3 times a week, she's sending him a post. This builds rapport with your prospects without talking to them. It builds relationships. If someone else has done it, I can do it too. If no one has, then I can be the first. You never know what you are capable of until you take that first step. Go for it. The world is yours. We don't grow when things are easy. We grow when we face challenges. So you put things out there for your prospect. He's not talking about us. He hasn't responded. She went 2 months without hearing anything from a prospect. No matter what you're going through, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. We cannot change the cards we are dealt, just how we play the hand. If you can dream it, you can do it. If you don't build your dream, someone else will hire you to help build theirs. And what we're doing is we're posting, whenever possible, GIFs, moving images. Remember that the reason you're doing this is to make your life better. Focus on where you want to go, not where you are. Positive attitude gives you power over your circumstances instead of your circumstances having power over you. Little things that resonate with the person on the other end. 2 months go by. It's one-sided. Sending messages, person never responds. Take the risk or lose the chance. If you don't like how things are, change it. You're not a tree. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you're a leader. When you start quoting the second president of the United States, you dazzle your audience with the depth of your knowledge. Leadership is about making others better as a result of your presence and making sure that impact lasts in your absence. Words of wisdom. Difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. The greatest leader is not necessarily the one who does the greatest things. He's the one that gets the people to do the greatest things. And so we're posting things. The man is a leader. The man is a lieutenant colonel. One of the greatest values of mentors is the ability to see ahead what others cannot see and to help them navigate a course to their destination. Every couple of days, sending a post. Why are you killing yourself for a job that will replace you in a week if you die? Take care of yourself. I'm not failed. My success is just postponed. Diamond is just coal that never gave up. Never consider the possibility of failure. These are personal development statements. If you persist, you'll be successful. It's one of my favorite Mark Twain quotes. Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambition. Small people always do that. But the really great make you feel that you too can become great. If you want the rainbow, you got to put up with the rain. Something like this would resonate with somebody that lost their job or is going through some difficult times. Do not be embarrassed by your failures. Learn from them and start again. Always seems impossible until it's done. So just sharing the post. Person's not responding at all, but we can tell he's looking. Then she sends a little note. I wanted to share this with you. Leadership and learning are indispensable to each other. And he writes back, thanks for sharing. We have his attention. We know he's there. He's watching what we're doing. You can't beat the person who never gives up. And so she writes, it's Friday. How are you doing? God is good. God is a God of endless opportunities to do good, the God of the open door. It's Friday. How are you doing? On National Nurses Day, she sends him a post. And he writes back, thanks. So now, if you want the rainbow, you got to put up with the rain. And he writes back, hi, my main concern is why are these products not readily marketable at stores if they're producing such life-saving outcomes? I honestly still struggle with MLM type of business. You have to respond to people when they ask a question. I understand why you're mentally struggling with the MLM business model, considering all of your previous MLM experiences. Remember, at one point in time, so did I. The answer to your question as to why our products are not readily marketable at stores, since they produce such great life-saving outcomes, is simple. When a company has developed a product, there are two ways to bring it to market: MLM or attempt to retail the product through retail stores. The MLM model is less expensive for the company and produces faster results than retail. MLM appeals to many companies as a way to get their products in front of customers more quickly and with less overhead compared to the traditional retail model. By relying on direct selling to consumers, MLMs grow through expanding networks of independent distributors faster than they would if they just sitting on a shelf. There's nothing I'm putting here that you couldn't type, that you couldn't copy, paste, and say. Focus on where you want to go, not where you are. And then he never responded to that. Just kept sending them posts. Now you can send it to them directly, or you can share it through LinkedIn's sharing feature. I just sent it to a good friend. I thought you'd like it too. And he writes back, amen. So we know he's watching, he's looking. You send him a message, he responds. So I wanted to wish you a safe Memorial Day. May God continue to bless and be with you for your service. How have you been doing? He enrolled in the business right after the Memorial Day weekend. If we added up all the time that was spent talking to this person, it was less than an hour. Every time you make a connection with someone, you're planting seeds. You're planting seeds. Yeah, Debbie remembers it. Debbie watched the whole thing unfold live. Now you're all heading down the same road. You all have the opportunity to talk to people. The more you know about the person, the easier it is. But don't talk about network marketing until you know what their story is. Until you know whether there's a fit. You do that, and you're on your way to building a large, successful business. I'll be back at 4 o'clock this afternoon. We'll be back tonight with a special training at 9 o'clock. We're going to show you something that will increase your presence, your visibility 100 times, resulting in more connections, faster sales. So next time, best of luck in building your business, and God bless.